Okay, folks, so today we're going to learn about sine. And the very first thing we're going to do is, before we even get to today's assignment, is how do we even find the sine of something? So for sines, we're going to be talking about angles. So sine of 30 degrees. What if I wanted to know what that equals? So what is sine of 30? So I went on my computer and I got a calculator. Now standard, it looks like this right here. It's just kind of a plain calculator. So I had to click here and go to scientific. And I notice when I go to trigonometry, it does have them here, so it should work. So I'm going to type in 30 and then click sine. On some calculators, you type sine, then 30, so you'll have to test your calculator. So I'm going to type in 30, then I'm going to click sine, and it gives me 0.5, because the sine of 0.5, the sine of 30 degrees is equal to 0.5, or a half, okay? Now I'm going to do sine of 45 degrees. So let's do sine of 45 degrees, and that should equal something, I believe it's like 0.86 or something. Let's try that out if I'm remembering by heart here. So let's clear this out, and let's go to 45 and click sine. No, it's 0.707, that's right. 0.707. And then if we do 60, sine of 60 degrees, I do believe that's the one that's 0.86 or something like that, if I remember right. Let's see here. So 60 degrees, and let's go sine, and it's right here, 0.866. I was right. Okay, I was right the second time anyway. 0.866. There we go. So this is how you get them. Now, for those that don't have a Windows computer like I do, I just went on Google and I typed in calculator right here, and then this came up. And notice if I put 30 and I click sine, it didn't work, because on this calculator I have to put sine of 30 degrees. And you can close the parenthesis if you want, though on this calculator it's forgiving and it doesn't make you. And I'm probably going to get the wrong answer. I got a negative number. I should have got 0.5. And that's because, notice that there's a degree in radian right here, and notice that this is faded out and this is bright. So that means I gotta switch this. So let's click it to degrees. Let's clear everything off. And now I'm in degrees, and that's important. So if you're not getting these answers correct, make sure you are in degrees. You're wanting to see that DEG thing here. So now we're gonna click sine. Remember, this one I have to click sine first, then 30, and then close the parenthesis just to be safe, and put equal, and it should be 0.5, and that is correct. So 0.5. Now let's do sine of 45. Let's just double check that one. So we're going to clear this out. We're going to go sine of 45, close the parenthesis, sine of 45. Let's put equals 0.707, and that was correct, 0.707. And let's do sine of 60 just to double check and go through all of them. So clear sine of 60 degrees, and we are in degrees, right? Not radians, equals 0.866, and that was the answer, 0.866. Okay, so that's how you find the sine of a number. Now in today's activities, and you're going to see why tomorrow, but we're just going to do some math practice, and you're going to see why we do them. And they're actually very useful in engineering and physics and all kinds of stuff. And I'll show you why tomorrow. But today we're going to just do a mathematical, like algebra problem, very small algebra problem. Sine of, let's say, 30 degrees, okay, is equal to, and then one of these two on the top or bottom will be an x. So let's start with the number. Let's start with the x on top, and we'll put the number on the bottom. Okay. So let's just say this is 20. Okay. And I want to know what x is. Well, we can do a little bit of algebra, and we'll do 20 multiplied on both sides, right? And that'll get rid of that. And now we have x on one side, and that's equal to 20 times sine of 30. So 20 times the sine of 30 degrees, okay? So I just need to multiply 20 times the sine of 30. And so go on your calculator and do sine of 30. I already know it's 0.5, but it could be something else, because there might be sine of 20 or something like that. So just type it in and see what it is. It's going to be less than 1. It's going to be 0.2 or 0.384 or whatever. It's going to be a number here. So this one is 0.5. 0.5. I already know that. And times it by 20, and that's equal to x. And so x is equal to 10. So 0.5 times 20 is 10, and so that's the answer. Now, doing another one here, what if sine of, and somehow I got a little fatter here, brush size grew. So let's fix this. Sine of, let's do an odd, weird number, 20 degrees that you haven't seen yet, is equal to, and now we're going to put the x on the bottom. So what if the x is on the bottom? How does the algebra work there? And let's put a different number up here. Let's just put 30 right here. So what is x? If we had to find x, well, you can times x on both sides just to get that out of the bottom, and we get sine of, what's that? No, 20 degrees, right? Sine of 20 degrees times x is equal to 30, because the x's cancel out, and I get x times sine of 20 right here. See, x times sine of 20 equal to 30. And then, we can divide by sine of 20 degrees, and that cancels out, but I have to do that to the other side. Remember, whatever you do to one side, you do to the other. This simple math, protocol. And so x is equal to 30 divided by sine of 20. Sine of 20 degrees anyway. Now, we're pretty much done, except I just need to figure out what that is. So I'm going to go over here to the calculator, and I'm going to clear this out. And remember, it's 30 on top, but I need to know what that sine of 20 is. So I'm going to click sine of 20 is equal to 0.342. And writing down the 3 digits here, that's totally enough, by the way. So you don't need to write more than the 3 digits. It'll go on and on sometimes. And so it's really, so this right here is really just this. It's 30 divided by that. Remember, because sine of 20 is this. So then let's go ahead and solve the answer. Let's take 30 divided by 0.342. I'm going to do it in this calculator. Actually, I should probably just keep doing it the same one. So it's 30 divided by 0.342 is equal to 87.7. So 87.7. And like I said, having 3 digits, 1, 2, 3, like that, 1, 2, 3, 3 significant digits, that's good enough. I'm only going to give you a 2 or 3 at the most, so we'll just say that your answers can be in 3, and that's fine. And that pretty much covers it. Pretty much, I think I've given you just about any way. I've showed you how to algebraically solve if x is on the bottom. I showed you how to algebraically solve if x is on the top, like this one. And the only thing that's going to change are the numbers. Instead of 20 here, it might be 40, or instead of here 30, it might be 12 or 7 or something. And the angles right here, they might be 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 60. They're going to be between 1 and 90 is what they'll be. And you just plug them in, and that way you always have a positive number, and you just multiply them over, and you do the math over and over again the same. So go ahead and solve the 10 problems in your worksheet today using one of these 2 methods. And if you have any trouble, make sure you email me, okay?